Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 24. We appreciate everyone for watching, listening, liking, subscribing. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button. Please hit that sub button. It would mean the world to us, and it would make Luca very happy while he's enjoying his soggy bone. And Leo as well. We love
Leo's
Leo.
over there sleeping.
So and head over to the Spotify and check over. She kind of control. That's her kind of her shit. Even though I kind of do most of it as well. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. We're actually recording while the sun's out for once.
Yeah.
Feels great. We're getting that natural vitamin D in our face. Andrea has chugged 3 coffees to try to wake up. She's
I just
hit
can't.
a couple, snorted a couple lines in the kitchen just to try to wake up for this podcast. Has it worked?
No, I'm still falling asleep.
Yeah, she literally yawned like 5 times before we started and been yelling at me because I always take an hour to get ready. I always say I'm ready, but then shit came up. I was getting a little stressed out.
He just takes forever.
I need to make sure that everything's good in life, and something came up that needed my attention. AC/DC fan.
Rock on.
All right, well, where do we begin? Last episode, we just did football. I love that episode. I love talking football, and you love talking football.
I do.
And we talked about the AFC Championship, NFC Championship game. Kind of dissected it all, really. Kind of short on time, but now, well, before we get into the Super Bowl, anything else we should discuss, Andrea?
About football or
Just other stuff.
other
Because this is
stuff?
gonna be a long talk, so I know once we start, we're not gonna.
I mean, I didn't have anything specifically planned.
I'm trying to think if I got anything on the top of my head.
Yeah. I mean, just probably that plane crash was crazy that I told you about. I'm sure everybody has heard it by now, but there was a American flight going from Wichita, Kansas to Reagan, Washington airport, and they were making descent into the airport when a Black Hawk helicopter, it's an Army helicopter, like crashed into the airplane, and both the airplane and the helicopter ended up falling into the river, and everybody died. So, yeah, it was really sad. And I was watching a video earlier of like all the people that were on board, like, you know how like they put pictures and stuff and like their age, and there was a lot of kids, like 11, 12, 14, 16, like a lot of them were kids. It was so sad. So sad. You know, you send your kid out to like a skating tournament and like with their teachers or their coaches, and you know, you're just trusting that everything will be okay. You want your kid to fulfill their dreams, and then they're on their way home, literally about to land, and that shit happens. That's like, my heart would fall out of my chest. That's crazy.
Yeah, now rest in peace. That sucks. Tragedy. But I feel like I've never I've flown probably like 4 times now, 4 or 5 times, and I'm always nervous. I don't know what it is. Like it's the ocean and flying is like I'll never get past it. Like I know that like the chances of something happening is like less than
Slim.
1%,
Yeah.
but like I just because
You
it's
never
like
know.
both of those things. Like if you're in the middle of the ocean, which I've never been in the middle of the ocean or like deep out there, that and like flying, like you have no control. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like most things, like if you're happen to be in a place where there's a shooting going on, you can kind of like defend, you kind of run away. But when you're up there, you're helpless.
It's
You're just,
scary to
you
think
know.
about. When I flew from the States to Europe, you cross the Atlantic Ocean, and like in my head I was just thinking like it was a flight that left from the States late at night. So when we were in flight, like you couldn't see, obviously when we took off you see like the whole, you know, city and all that, but then once you get to a certain point you don't see anything, and it's because you're above the ocean. It's completely pitch black.
I know a lot of people that they like to be intoxicated or like high off edibles just so they can avoid that thought and feeling. Because
Yeah.
I think everyone has. I know you're pretty calm. I think also like
I mean, it
there's
is
not a lot of room.
scary.
Like there's, I mean, I feel every time I go on a plane, I'm like, no leg room, fucking I'm a, I don't know.
Yeah, that flight from the States to Europe like fucking sucked. It was an 8 hour flight, 9 hour flight. It was ass. It was long. I
And
I was so tired. So tired. You get fed like
how long
food.
was it?
I think 8 or 9 hours. I forgot. It was going from Detroit to Amsterdam. So it was long ways.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a long time. You're just sitting around. Like the only
Did you go to
time
the
you get,
bathroom?
yeah, I would walk a
How
lot
many
to the
times did you go to the
bathroom.
bathroom?
Oh, plenty of times. I would just go just to like so I can walk in a way, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can get up and kind of stretch and like but at the same time you're also tired, like if that makes sense. Like so like sometimes walking isn't really like
Yeah.
what you want to do either. It feels good for a second, but then you're like I just want to lay in a bed right now.
Damn.
But anyways,
The longest one
yeah.
I've been on is like 5 hours. But back to that whole crash. I don't want to get into the specifics, but like they died from like fire blast.
I don't know
Or
if
because it
they
went in the water, like did they just drown or
well,
like
like it exploded first, so I'm assuming that like they just everybody
because
exploded
that helicopter
and then
blades like they're going so fast and like
all the
that's
metal.
probably what caused the explosion. I
Yeah.
mean, there's video. Have you seen the video?
Mhm.
It's not like a good video, but
It's
I
not.
don't
It's just
think.
like two orbs crashing into each other.
And then they just go in the like they weren't even that high up.
That's the
Just
thing. They
that
were like
helicopter just.
messed up
I
bad.
don't think it was them. I heard it was the control center or whatever.
Air
Like
traffic control.
they weren't doing their job. There was, I guess, only one controller, or one controller is usually supposed to be two. So there was one controller
Damn.
giving calls to the planes and then giving calls to the helicopters. Usually those are supposed to be split up. One for the planes, one for the helicopters. So he was multitasking. Probably so
Oh.
much shit going on. You got a lot of people coming in, a lot of people leaving.
I'm surprised that they let him work alone. That's crazy.
But no terrorists, obviously. I mean, that would I think people. That's their first like. Whenever you hear plane crash, you think terrorist.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
9/11.
But at least that's not true. But
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of things seem to be true and seem to not be true.
yeah,
I heard it wasn't even air traffic control. I heard it was part of the military that messed up.
it's probably
I heard that because like they're not in communication with traffic control. The army controls their own calls. They don't need clearance from air traffic control. But I guess I heard that the pilot who was flying the helicopter took initiative on his own, and I guess
damn.
he paid for it bad and made everyone else pay for it too. But yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
As for the president talking about this shit, bro, he make no goddamn sense, bro. I swear to God, bro. These presidents that we've been having, bro.
What did he say? I heard him say like
He thinks it was due to diversity something. Something to do with diversity.
Trump.
Yes. And then the lady asked him, what is your evidence supporting that claim? He's like, it's just this. Anybody who doesn't know is stupid. And I'm like, you're just like, what? That makes no goddamn sense. Like, what are you saying, bro? Like, if it doesn't make sense, like, can you at least explain it? Like, I don't know. Just this world is just so crazy. It pisses me off sometimes.
So, yeah. Let's just start the pod on a really weird note. Andrea.
Yeah, that was like really
you brought that
depressing
up.
and like.
So let's change the subject because I've been loving life. I've been hitting the gym pretty good lately. You have too, obviously. You look great.
Thanks.
And you're welcome.
Wow, thanks.
Sorry. But I think it's been affecting my sleep though. Like I've noticed. What?
You just said that you've been sleeping good.
Yeah, I'm saying it's been affecting my sleep in a good way.
Oh.
Like I've made a lot of small changes. I'm not trying to like hype myself up or anything. Like these aren't like crazy changes, but I probably knocked my social media use down like literally like 70%. Like it's insane. That's helped a lot. And like I don't scroll before bed. My sleep has been so good. I go to sleep quick. I'm way more fucking productive. Just clear headed, you know. I'm in my own lane right now. When you're on social media, I feel like you're focused on too many people's lives, whether you want to believe it or not. which I'm still on social media a little bit, but I feel like I'm more focused on myself and how to be a better person, be closer to God. You know,
Boy.
this book I'm reading it talks a lot about
Yeah.
religion, and Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't even know that going into it. But he talks a lot about God, Abel and Cain.
You should oh
Um,
yeah, Kate. You should
he said that Cain fucking killed his brother,
yeah,
and he fucking
but it was a test by God.
it was crazy though.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. It's a really good
I think I'm
story
gonna
though.
read the Bible too,
I was gonna say you should read the Bible.
even though it's like 600 pages.
There's
But
this really, really, really beautiful
shut up,
movie
Luca.
that one time my parents took. Hey, ugh, I think he just farted.
Damn, bro, you
Bro.
fucking crop dusting us
Go
now.
over there.
What do we do to deserve this?
That one time my parents took me to go see this movie. I think it was me and my brother, but my brother was like really small. But it's called The Son of God, and it's a really, really beautiful movie. Kind of like a, just kind of like if the Bible wasn't a movie, that's what it would be. Kind of, you know what I mean? It wasn't to the T, but it was a pretty good movie, and it was like, you know, really, really good.
Because I really never like I tried reading it when I was in like younger, like in high
Yeah.
school, but I kind of just gave up because it takes a lot of patience. I feel like, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to really like dissect what you're reading. You
I
can't you can't
think
read it like you're reading like a fucking
regular
Judy
book.
Blume book.
I think there's like this app on, I forgot what it's called, but it kind of just gives you the scriptures, like if you're a beginner, like what scriptures to start off with, because everything is in scripture. It's not in like a like how
Yeah.
you would read a normal chapter book. Everything is a little different, so it kind of gives you a starting
You know
point.
what though? Like I something about like a physical book that I like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I think a lot of people are like this, but
Yeah.
I think we're already looking at screens way too much than we should be. So I think reading a book just is a change.
No,
You
I'm
know?
saying you can still read the
Oh,
Bible like physically. I'm just saying that this app helps you like
yeah.
start with certain scriptures, and then like in the app you're able to also like write down notes or like, or I guess type notes,
Yeah.
or like anything that you read that you want to memorize or you want to keep or hold on to, or something
So I'm really just
highlighted.
trying to like level up. I feel like try to do that every year, but I feel like I always say it and then I never do it. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's time. I mean, we already know you are leveling up big time. You know?
Yeah.
Like I really think I gotta thank you. You know?
I
I
think.
think you like
Oh, thanks.
really. I'm being serious.
Like, oh, thanks.
Like you really lit a fire under me. Not even that. You just inspire me.
Oh, that's really sweet. I'm glad I
Like
can
this
do that for
challenge
you.
you're doing. You
Yeah.
know? Like it's this.
Bro, why am I
It's so
itchy, like,
impressive. It's
ear
so
spots?
unbelievably hard, and you still got a long ways to go. But
Yeah.
anyways,
I
yeah.
think
So
I
we've been
think
reading.
if you want to start off with like Bible and God and stuff, watch a couple movies, just kind of get you the outline of like what the story is kind of like, and it'll kind of make you like more interested and more intrigued in it, and then like that's how you kind of start dipping your toes in it.
Yeah. So I'm reading it. Yeah, the book is called "The 13 Rules of Life," and it's not all about religion, but this specific chapter, it's been mostly about religion and
Yeah.
how flawed Christianity is.
Yeah. Mine
But
is nothing about that. Mine is
I
about
didn't.
true crime.
The
So
thing is, when I bought this book, I didn't really like. You ever buy a book just for the title and the cover?
yes. Oh,
I had
100%.
no idea like what it was about, and like I did not know it was gonna be like this deep.
Yeah.
But
And
I've learned
actually,
a few things, you know.
one of my favorite or YouTuber slash Instagrammer, and she's like not mainstream at all. Like she doesn't have that many followers. Like she's super cool, and she lives in Portland, Oregon, and she's like really, really cool. And I just saw one of her posts of like different categories of like books to read for Black History Month, like really good books, like and different topics like feminism
Yeah.
or like environmentalism, just different kinds of books. So I'm definitely gonna
'Cause
be picking out a few.
We should
of
let them
those.
know like thanks, like shout out your mom, but we're doing a challenge where we read one book per
A
month.
month, yeah.
And we're already on our second book, and it hasn't even been February yet. So
Yeah.
we're doing pretty good on that, you know.
It feels like, I think that people make it seem like harder than it is, but if you like, the way that I've been doing it is like, in my challenge you have to read 10 pages a day minimum. But sometimes it's like the book is good and you just can't put it down, so you read 5 pages extra, and then another day you read, 20 pages. Like it just adds up. So now I'm like halfway through the book. I think my book is only like 350 or 370 pages. Like, it's not, I mean, it's kind of a long book, I guess.
Dude, the book, like the first book I read, we both read, but
It was
I was flying through that shit.
I think that's what also kind of gave us confidence. It kind of was like a good book for us to get back into the reading groove, because we hadn't read like a full book in a while.
But I was flying through it. Like I read that shit in like I think 2 weeks, and now this
Yeah.
book I'm on now, like the fucking font is like half the size. There's no space in between the sentences. So like each page is taking me like 5 minutes because it's also about really deep shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like having to reread it, and it's just taking me a lot longer.
Are you a big like fiction person? Do you like fiction, or do you like just like
As I've gotten older, no. As I've
nonfiction?
gotten older, more like life lessons type
So
shit,
nonfiction,
like nonfiction. But I'm
autobiographies?
not against fiction.
But it's not your
But
pick. It also depends what it is, huh?
I don't know how to shop for books. Like,
It's hard.
There's no like with movies and shows. You can watch a trailer,
Like a
watch
trailer,
a clip,
yeah.
and like how do you know unless you like know someone that recommends it?
Exactly. That's how
But,
I
like,
started too.
I think that's why I haven't been big into books. Is like I don't like to like do the research and figure out what I want to read. You know,
I think TikTok and Instagram have been really like,
I don't have either one.
I know, have been really good for me in that sense, because I can just go to TikTok and like I'll search up like good book recommendations to read, and like a bunch of videos will pop up, and they'll just kind of give like pretty much a summary of like what the book is about, what they rated, what they liked, what they didn't like, how long was it, and overall their experience reading the book. And that kind of also helps, because I am not a big fiction, like I don't like the witchy, like I don't like Harry Potter shit, I don't like sci-fi stuff. I like
Kind of.
nonfiction a lot, and I like autobiographies, but it has to be certain people, and like, well, I guess wellness books, like on how to like become better mentally,
Those are my
maybe
favorite.
spiritually, money wise, financially, shit like
The
that.
fiction books, low key, are like no offense, but they're kind of like a waste of time. But you could
They
say
don't
like
teach
video
you
games are a
anything,
waste
yeah.
of time too. So it's
Exactly.
like everyone has their like time waster
Yeah.
things. And for video games is my thing. Fiction books is another person's thing. Movies another person's thing. You know,
Yeah.
I like to take shit in that's I can learn from
Yeah.
and try to be a better person. You know,
Exactly.
like literally all the books I've read as an adult have been like nonfiction.
Yeah.
Like I like to learn.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to learn a lot more as I get older, you know. But
Did you
Yeah.
hear about I'm gonna change the subject right here, but did you hear about all the immigrants they're getting sent to the island of Guantanamo?
No.
Guantanamo? You haven't heard of that?
no,
Yeah, all the immigrants
dude,
are
I'm
getting,
telling you, when I say I'm off social media, like I'm literally like
well, this should be on the news, but you don't really
I don't
watch
watch it. Like I'm literally tapped out of like I'm literally focused on myself and like
No,
I'm tapped
I get
out.
that.
Like
I
you're-
get that, but you should also keep up at least with the news, because like that can affect you or affect somebody you know. But all the immigrants that are being like deported, essentially, like a lot of countries are denying their re-entry back to their country. So instead of like them coming back to the US with these immigrants and like, I don't know, helping them get their citizenship, I don't know, they send them to this island called Guantanamo. Or it's not an island called Guantanamo, that's like the facility, and it's in Cuba. And it's like a high security, pretty much it was like a prison. And they just get sent there, and that's just where they're gonna sit.
okay, so
Like they,
how does the government find illegals?
uh,
If they're illegal,
ICE.
you don't have identification. You're not being you can't be
ICE.
tracked. I know,
So
but how do they find
you could
illegals?
either be tipped off, somebody could tip you, or they like, I don't know, they come to probably go door to door knocking around
Or maybe
areas
they
where there is like high, like pretty much like close to the border, like, areas like Texas, Arizona, like places like that, go knocking door to door, asking for identification, birth certificates, social security, stuff like that, pretty much to prove that they're citizens. I'm assuming that's how they do it. I mean, how else would they
or
keep
a lot
track
of
of people?
immigrants like they probably live in like they probably all live in like I don't how am I what am I trying to say
Like
here?
rural areas, or
No, like there's probably families that just I don't know. I literally I don't know what I'm trying to say right now.
yeah,
There's
it's
probably like houses in like those areas where like 20 people live in one house and they're just like kind of hiding in
oh
that house, you know?
oh maybe,
Like
yeah,
2 bedroom houses, like they kind of all just split the rent and just like oh, like just safer, you know, than like
yeah,
splitting up. I feel like you're more
yeah,
isolated, you
yeah.
know?
It's
But
like really sad to think about, especially like imagine like, you live in a house and like you have a neighbor, and like your neighbor, like one day you find out like they got deported. Like it's crazy, like they had kids, like a whole life, you would see them walking their dog often and like just living a normal
we know an
life.
illegal.
Like that's crazy. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's sad.
Yeah. So they go to this island. Wait, so why aren't the countries taking them in? Wait,
Because
wait, and we can't fly them in?
so
Like they'll shoot us down?
no. So a lot of like the people that are getting deported, the American government is sending them back to wherever they came from.
How do they know where they came
Like,
from?
but some of them like don't like aren't from that country. So like for example, like there was a plane full of like Colombian
Stop, Luca.
Colombian
Kennel?
undocumented
Where your kennel?
Colombian immigrants, and they wanted to pretty much deport them back to Mexico. But the president, she was like, no, you're not like putting them here. They're not from this country. Like you can't just come here and just do whatever you want. You know what I mean? So like they have to go back to where they came from. And I don't
Yeah.
know what Colombia's policies are. I have no idea
I
when it
haven't
comes
done
to
any
that.
research on any of this. I'm
I just
just
know that that's one of the issues. And so like they have pretty much like no place to put these undocumented immigrants, so they just like take them to this island in Cuba, or Cuba is the island, and they take them to Guantanamo and just like leave them there. I don't know what they do with them. I don't know if I'm assuming they don't treat them well, considering how.
yeah. Yeah, crazy shit.
Yeah,
Crazy shit.
it's sad, but I hope that we figure something out, man.
You can't. I mean, there's got to be a better way to do this because you can't allow. Obviously you can't allow everyone to just come over here, and you can't allow everyone all these illegals to be here. But I think there's got to be a better way instead of just like kicking them out. You know, like I don't know. It's just yeah. And probably make it easier to get your so what is it, citizenship? Doesn't it take like 10 years, 20 years sometimes?
It takes a long time. It's
Like why
not
does it
quick.
take that fucking long? I can get my fucking social security.
I just
Or I social security.
I
I can get a
don't.
passport in like a month.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can go to McDonald's and get a dinner and it takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah,
But why does it take 10 to 20 years to get your citizenship?
I mean I get it. It's a big process, but I don't know. I think, and there was like a lot of programs like DACA or like um I forgot some of the other names, but it was like programs where undocumented immigrants could sign up or apply for them, and then they would get approved, and then they would pretty much be everything like a citizen, except they just fully didn't have their citizenship yet. They were still working on that. Um, but yeah, like if you like Google the citizenship test, like most Americans that are naturally born in America probably couldn't even pass that. I don't think you could pass the test.
Yeah, 'cause
It's like they make it
no, it's like
extremely difficult.
name like the fifth president or something. It's like of the United States. It's
No,
like
it's
history questions and shit about America and like.
about the Constitution,
But
about presidents, about the judicial,
I would fucking.
executive, legislative, the Supreme Court, like everything about like pretty much U.S.
You know what I
politics.
used to do in school? I feel like a lot of kids actually did this. Instead of actually learning and studying the subject, you just memorize the answers. I think I was a king at memorizing answers, and that's how I literally got. That's how I literally got my high school diploma.
Yeah, I could.
I studied, like I literally studied like more than the
I
average.
never
I studied
studied.
more than the average kid, but I was studying the answers to the questions. I wasn't studying. I wasn't learning the actual subject. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never studied
But
ever.
but that's what fucked me up on like the what's the big test you take as a junior, ACTs,
Oh yeah.
because there's nothing to study. You don't know what the fuck you don't know what the fuck the questions are gonna be. And I got an average score. Like my high school was pretty average. Like I wasn't like one of the smartest kids. I didn't get a 4.0 GPA,
Me too.
but I wasn't like I wasn't one of the dumb kids. Like I didn't really give it my full effort
Same.
because I could get on that. Like the school system is flawed, man.
Yeah.
The school system is flawed. I think most people realize that.
I think people have already realized that there's not enough money that surrounds that.
The curriculum is fucked.
And that this is for
teach.
public schools. If it's a private school, it's a completely different ballgame.
Like the curriculum is different.
Oh yeah, everything is different.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know? My brother goes to a private
He
school.
told you the curriculum. So we need to have Alex on, by the
He
way.
shows me. He has shown me homework and stuff. When I used to work at the school, I would see their curriculum. These kids are learning like
harder shit.
way advanced stuff at second grade, bro. Some of the kids were learning Spanish and English in second grade. Like that's
But
very impressive.
Don't you feel like instead of like it should be more about attending to the specific needs of each student? Like if this kid is like an amazing at drawing and like painting, every class. No, that's actually dumb. Like imagine you're just every class every day is just drawing. Like I feel like that's not a good idea.
I think
like,
I think the reason why schools don't do that is because people don't realize that let's just say like you're really good at like math, right? You're really good at numbers.
Yeah.
But then you're really also kind of good at like bio or biology, right? Or like science. You like science. You have an interest in that. But it's like when you start getting into high school and you start taking multiple classes like that, you realize that you can really integrate all those subjects together to find a job that fits you. So maybe that could be like chemistry. Chemistry is a mix of math and science together. And maybe you want to be a chemist or you want to be like, I don't know, something to do with that. You can take chemistry to like make perfumes or make I don't know, different type shit. Maybe be a scientist, like just in a normal lab or stuff like that. So I think that's why they do it, so you can really figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, that's when you need to be trying like everything.
Yeah, try everything.
You don't want to lock in on one specific thing when you're 5.
You really realize
Imagine.
though when you try everything that you actually like everything.
But actually,
at least for me,
I think
like I liked multiple things.
I know, but I think that's actually low key a bad thing because
Then you don't know what to do.
I'm the same way where like as an adult, I still don't have like my one thing that I'm like an expert at.
Yeah.
I like to dip my toes in a lot of different things.
Same.
I have a lot of different interests, but that's not the way to make money. But I think there's something about like if you're a parent, like having your kid like just kind of like molding them into like, okay, pick that one thing, you know, if you want them to be like the Ball brothers, their dad, he literally got with a chick that was tall. He knew that he wanted kids that were going to be NBA players. Mm-hmm. So he literally chose a woman. This is a bad thing to say though, because that's kind of fucked up, right?
I don't think he just chose her for her height, because in videos like I see that he actually likes her. And like he treats her really nice. So I don't think he just chose her solely because of her height.
Yeah.
obviously they had some kind of connection as well.
But he knew that before he had kids, I think he wanted his kids to be like athletes and like basketball players. So he literally trained them from a very young age, and like literally like that was their thing, you know, from
Right.
5 on. Like, and I think having all that experience and training when you're young, it's a really good thing.
Yeah.
Instead of having them do fucking football, basketball, baseball, chess club, fucking all these extra shit on top of it, where they can't really put all their focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's a good way to parent nowadays?
I
Like Mike
think
Tyson, I think he was boxing since he was like 5, and like that's all he did.
I think yes and no. I think to a certain extent, because you also don't want to like force your kid. Obviously, like you don't want your kid to be like crying or like I don't
Like
not
your
even
brother is
crying.
baseball,
Just
right?
yeah. My brother, his thing is baseball.
Like that's his one thing, you know.
That's his one
He
thing. But
doesn't have
since
5 things. I'll let you go.
since he was a kid, though, he played multiple sports. He played soccer. He played basketball. He played baseball. Like he's just always a sporty kid. But like since he was a kid, he knew baseball was his number one, even though he was really good at soccer.
Why is he walking around?
I don't know. When he was little, he was like super good at soccer, and but he didn't want to pursue it. He really wanted to pursue baseball, even though he wasn't that good at baseball. He really loved
Yeah,
it.
so maybe that's the way to do it as a parent. Have them do multiple things, then have them decide
What they want to
early
do.
though. Like, don't let them wait until high school. Like, you need to choose your
No.
one thing. Like,
Well, Alex has been playing baseball since Bam Bam, so that's what they're like 4 or 5 years old. Like
Bam Bam.
yeah, he's been playing baseball for forever. And like every single year he gets better. Every single year it just seems like he loves it even more. Like it never gets old, you know what I mean? And even for me, like playing with him, it never gets old. Like watching him, it never gets old. It never gets boring. It's always exciting. If anything, it always gets better because he's always getting better and he's getting older. And you really see like, the game turning into a real game. Because when they're younger, it's more like you're just cheering them on no matter what, and you're trying to make them not feel like shit because there's so much expectation and they look up to MLB players, but you can't quite play like it yet. Now it's like they're really developing, they're getting better, more skill, faster, more athletic. It's really fun to watch.
Oh, that's like awesome to see, like someone you've seen since they were little evolve,
Oh yeah,
develop, and grow and get better
yeah.
and get their skills toned.
And he's never ever been like, I want to
like
quit baseball. Like he's never said that before, ever. Like he's just always gone hard at it. There's been times where he's been frustrated, obviously it's normal. You get frustrated with yourself or you get in a rut or whatever. But it's even with like people saying, he's too skinny and he needs to gain weight or this.
Who the fuck is saying that? Cause shut your damn mouth.
Or like he gets compared to a lot of people too, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, this person is doing this, or why can't you do that? Or like his teammates, or people around him that
sometimes it's not. It's like sometimes you don't decide that you want to quit. Other people decide
for
you.
Yeah.
So like you might get to a certain point and like, your coach kind of cuts you, or they say you're not good enough, man.
But I think also the difference between most kids in that category where they allow other people to decide for them versus my brother is, number one, he has a really good support system. He has my mom, my dad, and me, who will probably never let him quit. Like we would like be very concerned if he came home and he was like, I just want to quit. Like we would be like, what just happened? Like, is somebody like doing something? Like what's going on? Like he would never say that. Like it's his pride and joy. He loves playing every single summer. He enjoys it. He enjoys it. I think his dream day would literally be waking up early in the morning, getting ready for baseball, go play a couple baseball tournaments, and then end the baseball tournaments around 3:00, and then head to the pools and just hang out at the pool and call it a day. That would be his dream day. Like that is his favorite day. Because he loves, especially when they win and then they go to the pool, it's like it feels good, like you feel like you're celebrating in a way.
No, for sure. Yeah,
it's awesome to see.
I remember when I quit after my sophomore year. It's a hard decision, especially I played since I was in Bam Bam too, up until junior year of high school, and like
yeah,
my dad was he was kind of shocked by it, you know. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't mad, but
He was just
he
like,
was.
what?
I don't remember exactly. He wasn't like mad at me or anything, but he was kind of shocked. But yeah, but I had to make that decision, you know. I had to make that
Yeah.
decision. I just didn't feel like it was going anywhere. I wasn't really having a lot of fun sitting on the bench, playing outfield for a couple innings. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's I
it
think it's
in that case, like, it makes sense, but also it's also like you kind of wish you like sometimes would have done things differently or things would have played out differently. But
I
I
don't
feel
I
like
don't
everything happens for a reason,
I
though.
don't
Like,
regret my decision. I feel like you kind of
yeah,
know. I feel like you kind of know when it's
yeah,
time.
you know, deep down inside, like if it's really
You
for
have
you
to
or
like
not.
you know how good you are compared to the other players.
Yeah,
You know, like once you start getting into that junior senior, if you're not near the top 5, you're probably not gonna go to college and play. You're probably
yeah,
not gonna get any scholarship offers. You got to be one of the best players on the team
yeah,
to get any sort of looks.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully he keeps on growing and getting better, learning,
Mhm.
because he's playing for a really good organization. You know,
Well, he
it's not an
plays
organizational
two
school.
teams. He plays for a really good school and he plays for a really good
So
tournament
he has
team.
the tools, you know,
He has the tools
like
and
my
like luckily my parents are able to do this for him. I know a lot of families aren't able to do this. It's really hard. It's expensive, but I know number one, I know my parents enjoy watching him play and they enjoy doing this for him. And I think they just believe in him deep down inside, you know what I mean? As you know, as any parent should. You should always believe in your kids. You should never, try to tear down your kids or nothing. And I think that's what also lets Alex grow and lets him like in a way kind of experiment and truly he can never fail because we're always there like, okay, back up, let's go. Dust yourself off, let's go. Like it's always been a tough love kind of thing. We're never, like, oh, it's okay. Like, we're very like that's just the way we have always been, we're not very soft, I guess. And we just say it how it is and shit, if you're slow, you're slow. Find a way to make it, you know what I mean? Like we got to figure something out. And you just got to work. You got to work, grind and eventually it'll get you somewhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're rooting for you, buddy. We're rooting for you if you're watching this. I'm thinking honestly that we not do the NFL episode when it gets closer to playoffs, so there's more hype.
True,
We're already
huh?
40 minutes in. That's gonna be a long talk.
Yeah, I've been
So,
having fun conversation
um,
anyways.
quickly, did you hear about the Weekend album? That's his last one.
What?
Under the name The Weekend. So I'm not sure if he's gonna like
Change?
go to Abel,
Able?
but he ended the last song of this album. It ended the way his first song of his first album started, like the whole like the beat and
Whoa.
everything. So it's like
Wait,
completing.
so the album already came out?
Yeah,
Oh shit, I haven't even
yeah.
listened. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, The Weeknd. And he's been
Damn.
he's been the number one artist
Kind of weird, huh?
on Spotify for like years.
Yeah. He's a good artist, but he kind of turned weird. Like, I mean, he's low-key always kind of been weird. Like, when he first started with his hair, like,
Yeah.
his dreads were, like, really weird. But then, like, then he cut them off. And then I think it was, like, after the Starboy album, like, he just kind of turned, like, really odd. Like, changing his, like, using makeup to change his face and, like...
I wonder what like, cause there's like being famous. There's being famous, but then there's being his level of famous. It's a different level. I wonder what that does to you. Like, because he doesn't
Like,
have a
mentally.
wife, right? He doesn't have kids. Like when
No.
you're dealing with all that by yourself, I wonder if that ultimately, like, because most people go insane. I feel like they want to change their
Yeah.
identity. They want to change their look, their personality. Like,
Do you think that there's been high-profile celebrities out there who have faked their death?
no,
You don't think so?
it's too hard to do that, especially with technology and social media.
You think it's hard? I feel like it would be easier.
Who do you think has faked their death?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Like they're still alive?
Yeah,
Like they're just
Like they
hiding?
just fake their death. Yeah, like for example,
Okay,
like Tupac, like he would. Fake
I was just
his
thinking
death.
Tupac.
Yeah, like something like that.
Okay. Let me ask you
Or like
this:
Michael Jackson or something like that.
out of all the major celebrities, who would be the few that would like completely like if we found out that they were alive, like would flip social media upside down. Like that's all people will talk about. Oh my
Michael
God.
Jackson.
Tupac.
Michael Jackson, Tupac,
Because Tupac's supposedly been dead. Well,
Biggie.
He's been dead for what, 20 years, 20, 30 years now?
Probably those three: Biggie, Tupac, and Michael Jackson.
Like
Michael
if fucking
Jackson
someone
was.
caught Tupac at a McDonald's drive-through.
People
and, like
don't-
that's how he got caught. That
People
he was
don't
alive.
realize, though-
Imagine how fucking insane that would be, Andrea.
People don't realize though how like Michael Jackson in his era, he was like the king of pop. He was the king of pop. Like people loved him. If you look at concerts, if you look at like videos of like him back then, people absolutely adored him. But I think that would break the news. I think it would be like trending so hard.
I feel like if any celebrity got caught faking, it would break the news.
Yeah, but I also think sorry. I also think that like
Juice World, anyone. Really.
Oh yeah, Juice WRLD would be crazy.
That would be the best day of my life.
Yeah.
If I found out that,
But
I
feel
don't
like
see.
hold on.
I don't see.
I feel like if they fake their death though, like they would fake their death and then they would probably get plastic surgery to like change something about themselves. Like they'd probably like change their hair and then like
what's the benefit of it though? And also it's got to be illegal to do that, right?
It is. To
like
fake your
highly
death.
illegal. Like
it is. Because then you're not paying taxes. You're just completely like
Yeah.
off the face of the earth, but you're still living.
probably
But
send
it
your
is.
ass to jail.
But it
immediately.
is possible. People have fled the country and like
Yeah.
been forgotten. Like it is something that is possible. But I think the benefit for somebody who's famous, like Michael Jackson or Juice WRLD, it would be that they still keep their money and their popularity and their legacy, and they're able to see it from a different perspective and not have people following
The
them.
only reason
and-
I could see someone doing it is if you're like really caught up in some like trick like Diddy. Like if you know you're caught up in some shit that's gonna send you to jail forever, and like it's slowly coming out, like
you would fake your death for that.
fake your death, and then you would flee the country, go to some
yeah,
island,
probably.
go to some island that no one knows about, and live the rest of your life there, and you're good. But that's the only way, you know. Now he's in
Yeah.
jail, probably maybe forever, you
Yeah.
know. Hopefully forever.
Yeah.
I feel like celebrities always find a way to get out before they die. Like
Hopefully it's going bad
I
for
feel like
him.
no celebrities fucking go to like they have so much money that they find a way out. They're gonna pay the fucking
Yeah.
however much money. They're gonna millions of dollars to the jail to get out. You know, like they're gonna figure something out.
I actually saw a video today of like
Wait,
this high profile Israeli human
wait. Go ahead. Sorry.
this high profile Israeli human trafficker, and they caught him and they were arresting him in Turkey. And the crazy thing was like when you try to search this guy up, I forgot his name, but when you try to search him up, like you cannot find very much information about him, the situation. But if you change your server to like Turkish server or like European server, like everything shows up. So it's like it just goes to show like how much like the US like monetizes your everything you see, all the information that you take in. Like you cannot see everything that's going on around the world, which is kind of concerning because like you also want to hear what's going on around the world. Like I feel like that's something pretty important.
Every country monitors their people at a certain level. You know.
Yeah.
The last thing a government wants is for the people to kind of gang up on the government and take over the government.
Yeah.
Which that's happened before, I think, in other countries. But I was going to ask you, do celebrities go to normal jail or do they go to celebrity jail?
Oh no, they go to normal jail.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
But
but it's probably a nice jail. They probably have high ass security because everyone's gonna know it's them.
Usually, what they do, from what I've seen from shows, is like they'll go to that jail, but like they're not normally with Gen Pop. Like they'll keep them in a separate cell or like a separate like area, like a smaller area. So that way, like, they're able to monitor them more, like, you know what I mean? Or make sure that
probably
they don't...
way more security on
Because, like, if they put him in Gen Pop, like Diddy especially, like, he could probably get jumped, like, because they know he has money. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to want money or, shit, we'll rape you right now if you don't
There's no way he's in Gen Pop.
Or, like,
no
we could kill him. Like, look what he did to all these people. Like, we should jump him and kill him.
Yeah. Like
it could be a...
Pedophiles get... like get jumped all the time in
Yeah.
jail.
So it's like I don't know really how that specific jail that he's at would react, but I'm sure that they don't even want to test it. They probably just put him in a separate place
Yeah.
and just make sure that he's like fine, like doesn't get attacked by anybody, and that's it.
Yeah. Fuck.
But I mean, they still gotta wear that clothes. They still gotta stay in that cell. They still gotta eat that food.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not nice.
Kennel. Yeah. I just keep saying Kennel to shut him up. Yeah.
He wants to shut you up.
I guess we can't talk about the Super Bowl this episode, but let's talk about how
Ooh, yeah.
these, like, out of all the halftime performances that I've watched, I have the most high expectations for this one.
Yeah.
Like, we've had The Weeknd, we've had fucking Bruno Mars was pretty good. We've had
Beyonce,
but
Katy
like
Perry,
this is the first
Justin
time.
Timberlake.
Like, this is like the first time. Well, I guess second time it's been a rapper.
I guess
That
Snoop
one year
Dogg.
was Dre, Snoop, which is kind of a lot of guys. Kendrick was actually there in that one. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
He did a little part in that, but
I don't remember him.
he was at the end.
Oh.
So that's probably what I didn't remember.
I don't think I was that into Kendrick before these like disses and stuff.
Yeah.
I really
You hopped
wasn't.
on the
I mean,
bandwagon late.
I had a few songs that I liked from him, but then like after he released this recent album and like released all these songs, like I really like those songs, but
Yeah,
I don't like his old stuff.
I always used to ask you like, damn, it got dark out fast.
I actually like Baby Keem more.
I used to ask you like, yeah, like you like Kendrick, or she was like, nah, not really. But now it's changed. You should listen to like the Damn album. It's pretty good.
I did,
That
but I
album's
don't.
pretty good.
I don't like it.
It's good.
I like only a few songs.
It's good. Yeah.
I think it's because I like Baby. I don't know. I like Baby Keem a lot. I like his voice.
I feel like people don't know about Baby Keem. Like, I feel like whenever I mention Baby Keem, besides my sister, like no one really knows about him. But it's
Yeah.
insane because he's fucking so good.
Remember Tony? He said Baby Kim.
He had no idea who Baby Kim was. Baby Keem.
No, he told you. Remember we went to
Yeah.
Fong's Pizza. We were eating. He's like, yeah, you know about Baby Kim? Or
Baby
Kim or whatever
So
you say.
Baby Keem's actually Kendrick's cousin, little cousin.
Yeah,
which
and
is
I found
insane
out
that,
why they
like,
call him Baby Keem. He's-
Keemstar.
Huh?
Keemstar.
No, I know why they call him
I was
Baby
just fucking
Keem.
with you. I don't know if
No,
you know who Keemstar
he
is.
said because Mama told me I'm Baby Hakeem, so Hakeem, like, so then they just cut
Who's
off the
Hakeem?
Hakeem.
That's his name. His real name.
I think that's his name. Yeah, because he said it in a song. He said it in Trademark USA.
Good song right there.
Yeah.
Fucking good song right there.
Trademark USA, baby.
God, he's so underrated. People need to. Oh my God.
Listen to that one. Listen to 16 and listen to Family Ties, and you'll be tied in, bro.
that whole
Just those three.
Melodic Blue album, the last one that he just put out. Well, I guess it was a long time ago.
Do you think he'll drop a new album soon, Baby Keem?
Oof.
I hope he does.
He has to. He hasn't
He
released an
has
album
to.
since like 2022, I think.
It's been a minute.
It's been 3 years, but I'm still looking forward to this J. Cole album, man. Like,
That's
whoa! Every time I think about
Look at
this,
Luca.
every time I think about this album, man, like, I think it could be one of the ones, man. Like,
Oh,
I also
yeah.
don't want to get like.
Too excited.
I expect like a "Love Yours" type song to be on there. A fucking workout, a wet dreams. Like, those are the type of songs like they're you can replay them forever. They never get old. You know,
Yeah.
like that. Those songs are gonna last forever. And I feel like this next album is gonna have a few of those too.
I hope so.
I think he has so many songs like that where like
Yeah.
they're just still good. Like,
Imagine he brings J. Cole out. That would have been insane. But they don't even have a song together, do they?
why would he bring out J. Cole?
I don't know. But they don't have a song together, do they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they need to get on.
They just
track
got
together.
over a beef.
Yeah, but it wasn't with J. Cole. It was him
Yeah,
and
at
Drake.
first it was, but
Yeah, but
I mean, I guess there's a chance, but Kendrick is with Drake.
yeah. Kendrick.
Imagine he brings
it's
out Drake.
Kendrick
Imagine he
versus
brings out
Drake.
Drake though. Now that would send the world.
That shit would be the funniest shit ever.
Okay, that would be insane. But I would like. Okay, I just had a random thought. I just seen that Logan Paul and Jake Paul are gonna fight. Did you hear about that?
Why are they?
I don't know why that just popped up in my head. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if
I
it's
hate them
clickbait.
so much, bro. I don't get how people like them. They're so annoying. They're like all they do is for money and views. Like They're not genuine at all.
I used to
They're
be
not smart. They're not funny. They're literally like the most annoying people on earth. I don't get how people like them.
I used to like love Logan Paul's podcast. Like I used to like watch every episode. But I've never liked Jake Paul. Like I low key was a Logan fan for a little while, but I don't know about the WWE shit. I'm not a huge fan of that.
To me, they're just like really immature and like
They're talented though. You can admit that. Like they have talent.
Like in marketing and like promotion.
Dude, what do you mean? Logan fought Floyd Mayweather and he didn't get knocked out or anything. Jake just fought Mike Tyson. Jake fought Mike Tyson. They were kids from Ohio. Like they're talented. Like they know how to make money.
I think that's for sure good.
They know how to market themselves.
They know how to market, promote themselves, and make money and make fame and all that. But I don't think they're talented. Number one, and I don't think that
we gotta get going.
And I don't think that, I don't think that those fights are real. I don't believe it. I don't think either one of them are real. None of them are real. I don't think. I think if he was seriously, like, on a path to amateur boxing and like trying to work his way up, he wouldn't be fighting old ass UFC fighters.
About Logan or Jake?
No, right now I'm talking about Jake. He wouldn't be fighting old ass UFC fighters, old ass boxers. Like he would actually be fighting.
And it does seem like
boxers who are also on their way up.
Yeah, we've everyone said that for years. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna change.
So
I don't think it's gonna change Jake's mindset.
I guess
Jake is doing this for money.
Hold on, and I guess for Logan, like it's not so much that he's trying to be a boxer or whatever, but when he fought like Mayweather, like I guess it was impressive or whatever, but I don't think that was real. I think that it's for money. They were promoting, and that was the whole intent behind it. And I think that's it. I don't think it was a real fight. Yeah. I think if it was a real fight, Mayweather for sure would have knocked him out. They're just doing it for views, clickbait, and money.
I think for sure, like maybe they're not rigged, but yeah, the Floyd fight, Floyd definitely held back. And then the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, that wasn't a fight. That was just for money. But
it is
Jake's
for money.
good. They're both good at like picking opponents that they know people are gonna watch.
Exactly.
Like you don't like them, but you're gonna watch them fight each other if they do fight each other, because it's like no one's ever done that before. Their brothers fucking about to go to war. But let's also be honest. If they do fight, they're not gonna want to knock their brother out. It's going to be a fucking, like, a spar, you know?
Like, again, they're just doing it so you can pay whatever it is
just for money.
And for money, and you can go see, and then you can go to their comments on their YouTube or their Instagram and just pretty much argue about everything, because every time you comment, every time you like it, it just gives them more money. So the more you comment, whether it's negative or positive, they don't give a fuck. It makes them more money.
Canelo's fighting for his country and his people.
Yeah, his legacy.
A little bit of the money, too.
And the money, yeah. I think now it is the money, but when he first started, it was for his country, for his legacy, and to become something. Yeah. He was young. When he was coming in, like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather were like the big dogs.
How old is he right now? 37?
He's like something like that. Now it's like he's established, like he already won his belts and all this, and like different weight classes. But like he needs
a super fight.
But when
he needs a fight, Crawford.
They want Benavidez.
That'd be a good fight too.
That'd be a good fight. But I think when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was like barely starting his career like up. Like he was like doing good, but he wasn't at his peak yet. But if it was peak Canelo and peak Floyd Mayweather, that would have been a very interesting fight. I wonder if things would have turned out differently. But
Floyd was really good at that, fighting people when they're not in their prime yet.
Yeah, you know? I think that's another really mastermind promoter right there.
Low key, Tom Brady did it too when he played us in the AFC Championship, 2019.
Didn't he beat you guys in a Super Bowl too, though?
That was later. Yeah.
And
chill out, buddy.
And then he
chill out.
Transferred to a whole different team too.
Yeah, but in 2019, we played him.
Hold on. Damn. Oh, sorry. Go.
In the AFC Championship, Chiefs versus the Patriots. This was Mahomes' first year as a starter. Took us all the way to the AFC Championship. Our defense was so shit, and we had no defense. We put up 30 points on them and still lost.
Damn. Okay, but also like if it's his first year, like you can't expect anything more. Like
Yeah.
it's his first year, bro. Cut him a little bit of slack here.
Imagine he took us to the Super Bowl in his first year.
That'd
as
be
a starter.
insane. That'd be like Jaden Daniels.
He didn't take him to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl though.
No, but he went to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Just like Mahomes in his first year.
But yeah, then Brady did. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, you reminded me of a dark point in my life when we lost to the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl.
I think that's actually really impressive because hold on, because the Tom Brady was in a big dynasty with the Patriots for almost 2 decades, and then he switches to a team and then immediately wins a Super Bowl with them. Like, that's insane. Like, if Patrick Mahomes, once he, like, is at the end of his career, he switches to a team for 1 year, and he still wins another Super Bowl, like, he's literally going to be, like,
And you
Tom
know
Brady, but even better.
They had home field advantage in that Super Bowl. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, because it was there.
Like,
yeah.
Because they choose the Super Bowl stadium before
randomly,
the season starts,
yeah.
so it just happened to be the Buccaneers.
That's cool.
But I think that Super Bowl gets overlooked because we've won so many Super Bowls before and after that you kind of forget that we did lose that one. You just think about the 3-peat. Well, we got to finish the 3-peat, but
yeah,
we'll talk about that next episode. I think that's where we should end it though, right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Are we recording Sunday then, or Monday? We can record Sunday.
Sunday. I guess it depends because my schedule changed now. I don't be working over there now, so
it's up to you. So
we'll see what happens.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Episode 24. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll see you guys next time, baby. Peace.
Peace.